Psychological archetypes of Moon Nakshatras. Let us explore how the three Moon-ruled Nakshatras, Rohini, Hasta, and Shravana, give rise to distinct psychological archetypes by blending the moon's receptive, nurturing, and imaginative essence with the elemental and symbolic tones of their zodiac placements, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Rohini in Taurus. Rohini combines Taurus's fertile, sensual earth with the moon's emotional depth and creative flow. This is the most alluring of lunar nakshatras, where beauty, affection, and magnetic presence emerge effortlessly. Archetypes formed here are nurturing, artistic, and emotionally compelling, yet grounded and productive. When Moon or Venus is placed here, the creator or the guardian arises, emotionally expressive figures who draw others in through beauty, comfort, and warmth. With Mercury or Jupiter, the diplomat or the visionary may emerge, graceful communicators or soulful mentors, guided by affection and creative intelligence. Rohini archetypes are magnetic and nurturing, oriented toward creation of relationships, art, or abundance, and have a psychological need for security wrapped in aesthetic and emotional richness. Hasta in Virgo. Hasta brings together Virgo's detail-oriented earth with the moon's intuitive dexterity and emotional intelligence. This nakshatra is skilled, tactile, and mentally agile. Its archetypes are emotionally attuned doers who find comfort through order, hands-on work, and service. When Moon or Mercury is here, the executor or the innovator emerges, methodical, clever individuals who channel emotion into action or invention. Venus or Saturn may give rise to the creator or the administrator, those who refine or manage environments with grace and sensitivity. These archetypes seek to heal, assist, and express through action. Their psychology finds peace in doing with purpose, balancing head and heart through the hands. Shravana in Capricorn. Shravana combines Capricorn's structured ambition with the moon's sensitivity and emotional receptivity. This nakshatra is linked to sound, listening, and learning. Archetypes here are emotionally mature, ethically driven, and often gifted in guiding others through counsel, education, or calm authority. When Moon or Jupiter is placed here, the visionary or the guardian arises, wise, dependable figures who guide others with care and spiritual resonance. Mercury or Saturn placements may express as the strategist or the arbitrator, thoughtful communicators who bring clarity and order through ethical listening and long-term thinking. Shravana archetypes are psychologically shaped by responsibility, humility, and the need to hear and be heard, often bridging tradition and emotional insight through presence and language. Moon nakshatras generate archetypes that move through the world with emotional intelligence, creativity, and care. Rohini nourishes with beauty, Hasta serves with skill, and Shravana guides with wisdom. All three channel the lunar essence through expression, connection, and quiet power. Psychological archetypes within Rohini Nakshatra. Let us examine how different planets or points within Rohini Nakshatra could give rise to one or more of the 14 psychological archetypes. Sun in Rohini. The sun in Rohini expresses through warmth, charm, and the desire to create or preserve beauty, wealth, and stability. Leadership is magnetized, nurturing, and often creative. This produces the visionary, who leads with aesthetic intelligence and inner radiance, or the creator, whose identity is bound to beauty, legacy, and creative impact. These individuals seek to be adored and admired for what they generate, whether ideas, businesses, or art. The moon is exalted in Rohini, where emotional sensitivity, nurturing tendencies, and sensual enjoyment are heightened. This placement strongly expresses the diplomat, who is attuned to others, emotional needs, and skilled at creating harmonious bonds, or the guardian, who protects the emotional and material realm with steadfast presence. Emotional fulfillment is sought through love, beauty, and emotional security. Mars in Rohini. Mars in Rohini acts with grounded passion and focused desire. The drive becomes sensual, creative, and centered on building or acquiring. This archetype aligns with the executor, who moves steadily and purposefully to bring tangible results, or the creator, whose passion is poured into physical or artistic expression. Their energy may be slow-burning, but it's deeply fertile and persistent. Mercury in Rohini. Mercury becomes expressive, poetic, and often business-savvy in Rohini. Communication is charming, refined, and often tied to beauty, value, or comfort. This supports the innovator, who uses speech or ideas to shape aesthetic or cultural trends, and the creator, who crafts beauty through words, storytelling, or trade. There's an artistic intelligence and a strong commercial instinct. Jupiter in Rohini. Jupiter expands Rohini's themes of nurturing, growth, and material prosperity. It creates a philosophical sensualist who believes in abundance and beauty as paths to spiritual and social evolution. This gives rise to the visionary, who teaches or uplifts through wealth, nourishment, and wisdom, and the architect, who builds systems of lasting comfort, support, and moral security. Venus in Rohini. Venus is at home in Rohini, enhancing sensuality, grace, and a deep need to create or enjoy pleasure. This placement embodies the creator, who expresses through beauty, love, and refinement, and the diplomat, who uses charm and harmony to maintain connection and peace. The love of art, luxury, and affection often defines their emotional and social motivations. Saturn in Rohini. Saturn brings discipline to indulgence and responsibility to the realm of beauty and comfort. This archetype can become the administrator, who safeguards resources and traditions, or the guardian, who creates emotional and material stability through consistency and care. While there may be inner emotional restraint, there's a quiet devotion to creating lasting safety and support for others. Rahu in Rohini. Rahu in Rohini amplifies the desire for material pleasure, status, and validation through sensuality or appearance. It brings magnetic charm and intense hunger for comfort, recognition, or beauty. This placement expresses as the Maverick, who uses charm and seduction unconventionally, or the creator, driven to make something unforgettable, attractive, and culturally impactful. Ketu in Rohini. Ketu in Rohini withdraws from worldly pleasure while intuitively mastering it. These individuals often express quiet artistic brilliance or understated sensuality. The archetypes that emerge are the architect, who constructs from a detached place of timeless knowing, or the visionary, whose disinterest in superficial validation allows for depth, beauty, and lasting emotional resonance. There may be a karmic thread of renunciation or spiritualization of pleasure. Psychological archetypes within Hasta Nakshatra. Let us examine how different planets or points within Hasta Nakshatra could give rise to one or more of the 14 psychological archetypes, ensuring each is represented distinctly across the system. Sun. The sun in Hasta expresses identity through skilled creation, precision, and humble service. These individuals lead through action and craftsmanship, often achieving visibility through what they make, fix, or teach. This produces the creator, whose identity is fused with tangible expression, and the strategist, who leads by method, structure, and practical demonstration of skill and competence. Moon in Hasta. The moon here manifests emotional intelligence, quick perception, and a strong connection between the hands and the heart. Feelings are processed through action and routine. This supports the guardian, who nurtures through daily care and tactile presence, and the executor, who manages emotional flow by staying productive and engaged in purposeful tasks. Mars in Hasta. Mars in Hasta channels energy into precision work, tactical movement, and technical excellence. This gives rise to the executor, who operates with mechanical confidence and strong work ethic, and the reformer, who applies their force skillfully to improve systems or perfect a process. Their drive is agile, exact, and capable of repetition without burnout. Mercury in Hasta. Mercury is exalted in Virgo and strong in Hasta, giving sharp mental clarity, dexterity, and high communication skill. This placement produces the innovator, who thrives in tinkering, writing, or redesigning systems of thought, and the diplomat, who communicates with charm, wit, and grounded sensitivity. Their intelligence is service-oriented and often expressed through a skilled craft. Jupiter in Hasta. Jupiter here offers practical wisdom, learned humility, and a drive to share knowledge through hands-on work. This creates the architect, who structures teachings and frameworks for everyday application, and the visionary, who sees long-term possibilities in skill development, service, or the practical aspects of healing and education. Venus in Hasta. Venus expresses grace, beauty, and affection through tactile skill and charm. Aesthetic appreciation is refined, often translating into artistic or healing professions. This supports the creator, who expresses love and beauty through the hands, in art, care, or sensory experience, and the diplomat, who attracts harmony through skillful social gestures and relational nuance. Saturn in Hasta imposes structure, duty, and long-term focus on practical work or service. These individuals are disciplined crafters or organizers who excel through precision. This placement gives rise to the administrator, who manages detail-heavy systems with mastery and responsibility, and the strategist, who methodically builds careers or social roles through reliability and technical perfection. Rahu in Hasta. Rahu here heightens the desire to gain mastery, recognition, or fame through hands-on skills or intellectual problem-solving. This supports the Maverick, who pushes the boundaries of conventional skill, craft, or healing techniques, and the Catalyst, who generates energy and attention through cleverness, invention, or dramatic transformation of their tools or environment. Ketu in Hasta. Ketu in Hasta gives instinctive ability in crafts or service, often with disinterest in public recognition. There is natural detachment from ego around skill, but mastery nonetheless. This produces the arbitrator, who intervenes with skill and neutrality in high-pressure or sensitive tasks, and the visionary, whose ability to serve and guide others emerges from inner knowing, humility, and refined precision. Psychological archetypes within Shravana Nakshatra. Let us examine how different planets or points within Shravana Nakshatra could give rise to one or more of the 14 psychological archetypes, ensuring each is represented distinctly across the system. Sun in Shravana. The Sun in Shravana expresses leadership through wisdom, listening, and adherence to principle. Identity is formed through observation, storytelling, and the desire to be a guiding voice for others. This produces the visionary, who leads by absorbing knowledge and illuminating others through insight, and the strategist, who integrates observation into long-term plans with care and foresight. Moon in Shravana. The moon here manifests emotional sensitivity, receptivity, and a nurturing presence rooted in communication and quiet wisdom. These individuals are deeply affected by what they hear and often find emotional stability through thoughtful listening. This supports the guardian, who provides emotional counsel and attentiveness, and the diplomat, who navigates relational harmony through empathy, dialogue, and understanding. Mars in Shravana expresses focused energy through strategy, research, and the pursuit of impactful truths. Action is tempered by learning, and strength is expressed through precision rather than force. This supports the executor, who applies energy methodically and consistently, and the reformer, who channels ambition into social or systemic improvements based on ethical knowledge and insight. Mercury in Shravana. Mercury here is thoughtful, perceptive, and articulate, often gifted in storytelling, teaching, or analysis. Communication is clear, grounded, and instructional. This gives rise to the arbitrator, who balances perspectives through factual clarity and fairness, and the innovator, who blends tradition and fresh thought into systems of knowledge, language, or teaching. Jupiter in Shravana. Jupiter in this nakshatra imparts traditional wisdom, philosophical clarity, and an ability to guide others through structured knowledge. Teaching and spiritual communication are emphasized. This produces the architect, who builds belief systems and institutions based on listening, inquiry, and social harmony, and the visionary, who inspires through timeless wisdom and moral communication. Venus in Shravana expresses refined love, devotion, and beauty through thoughtful interaction and deep emotional hearing. Relationships are nourished by attentiveness and mutual respect. This supports the creator, who produces art, music, or beauty that conveys feeling and story, and the diplomat, who brings grace and balance to emotional or social dynamics through relational intelligence. Saturn in Shravana. Saturn here adds depth, responsibility, and longevity to the pursuit of knowledge, communication, and societal function. These individuals often carry the role of moral anchor or ethical guide. This gives rise to the administrator, who maintains long-standing structures and traditions through quiet vigilance, and the strategist, who patiently advances within intellectual, educational, or spiritual hierarchies. Rahu in Shravana. Rahu in this nakshatra creates hunger for intellectual mastery, status through teaching or communication, and unconventional influence. These individuals often become persuasive speakers or knowledge disruptors. This produces the Maverick, who challenges norms in how truth is delivered or who has the right to speak it, and the catalyst, who provokes social or intellectual growth through daring expression or vocal presence. Ketu in Shravana. Ketu in Shravana reflects intuitive mastery of language, symbols, and ancient knowledge, often with a karmic disinterest in status or recognition. These individuals are natural transmitters of subtle wisdom. This supports the arbitrator, who speaks with ethical clarity from a place of non-attachment, and the visionary, whose teachings and insights emerge from spiritual depth, quiet knowing, and detachment from ego.